All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a concept that might just flip everything you know about identity on its head. The idea that your citizenship, your sense of community, isn't tied to land, but to the blockchain. It's a huge shift in how we think about, well, basically everything.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? I mean, just pause and think about that for a second. What if your identity, your reputation, your say in a global community wasn't about where you were born, but about the code you interact with? And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi idea. This is being built right now in Web3.
So, to really get our heads around this new world, we've got to accept a few new truths. First up, for a huge growing number of people, those lines on a map are becoming, well, just pixels on a screen.
Second, in the digital world, money, crypto, zips around the globe way, way faster than any government or politician can even react. And that changes the whole game.
And third, and this one is the real kicker, allegiance is changing. For a lot of folks, loyalty isn't just to a flag anymore. It's to a network, a project, a digital community they chose to join.
So you put all that together, and what do you get? A totally new kind of belonging. For millions, their real home isn't a place you can point to on a map. It's online. And the blockchain is quietly laying the foundation for this whole new reality.
Okay, but how does this actually work? In practice. Well, it all kicks off with a new kind of identity, one that lives on-chain. And you might actually have the most common version of it already.
Yeah, your crypto wallet. Seriously, think about it. It is so much more than just a place to stash your coins. It's where you hold your achievements, like NFTs. It's a public record of your entire history on-chain. It's got your assets, your art. It's not just a key. It's you. It's your living, breathing Web3 identity.
And this leads us to this massive idea called sovereign identity. All it really means is that you own you. Your digital self. No government can take it away. No bank can freeze your account. No platform can deplatform you. You're in complete control of your own data. That's the real starting line for digital citizenship.
But, okay, this creates a huge problem, right? In a world of anonymous usernames and, a gazillion bots, how do you prove you're a unique human being, what the geeks call proof of personhood, without just handing over your passport and driver's license to the entire internet?
Well, the cool thing is people are already on it. We're seeing these really fascinating real-world experiments trying to crack this exact nut. You've got projects like Proof of Humanity, Bright ID, and WorldCoin, all coming at it from different angles, trying to figure out how to verify you're real without you having to give up who you are.
And isn't there a great bit of irony here? The whole point of blockchain was to create trustless systems, so we wouldn't need to rely on big central powers. And now, we're using that very same trustless tech to build a completely new kind of trust, one that's based on what you do online, not where you were born.
So, if we've got digital identity, what's next? Well, this whole thing scales up. We're not just talking about individuals anymore. We're starting to see entire communities, basically digital nations, getting built on code. This is the prototype stage of a whole new way of organizing ourselves.
Let's just break it down. Old school versus new school. In a traditional nation, you get politicians. In a blockchain nation, the community itself is in charge. Instead of a paper constitution sitting in a museum, you have a smart contract that actually runs things. And taxes? Forget them. You might have governance tokens that literally give you a vote on the future.
And these prototypes, they're not just theory. They exist right now. They're called DAOs. That stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organizations. The easiest way to think of a DAO is like a small startup country. It's got its own citizens, its own bank account, and its own rules for making decisions.
So how does one actually work? It's pretty straightforward. A community gets together around a mission. They all chip in to fund a treasury that no single person can just run off with. Then anyone in the community can make a proposal, and everybody votes. Now here's the magic part. If the vote passes, the smart contract just does it automatically. No middlemen, no bureaucracy. It's governance run by code.
When you see all of this coming together, it points to something really powerful. A new model for citizenship itself, one that isn't just an accident of where you were born, but a conscious choice you make. It's about choosing where and to whom you belong.
Now, let's be super clear about something. This isn't about, telling everyone to tear up their passports. The idea isn't to replace your country. It's to expand what belonging can even mean. You can be a citizen of your country and a citizen of a digital network that you truly believe in.
And the power of that is just immense. Think about what this quote is really saying. It's about inclusion on a global scale. It just smashes through all those old barriers of geography and economics. If you have the skills and the passion, you can contribute. No visa required, no permission needed. You just do.
But of course, let's not get carried away. This is not some perfect utopia. It's messy, and it comes with some huge, thorny questions. I mean, what happens when the code has a bug? Who protects your rights? If a DAO is your government, who's the police? We are in the absolute earliest of days here, and these are the big challenges we're still figuring out. So, at the end of the day, the big takeaway is this. We're maybe, just maybe, moving into a world where citizenship is less about an accident of birth and more about what you contribute. It's becoming something you earn, something you opt into by participating in a community that shares your values.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We've always asked people, which country are you from? As this digital world keeps growing, maybe, just maybe, the more interesting question is going to be, which network do you call home?